Hello and welcome to a chest and arms routine, part of the Bowflex 100 program, where you can get stronger and fitter on this machine in just 100 minutes a week. Now, today's routine, again, it's gonna be hitting our chest and our arms, and we're gonna do it through this middle set of pulleys here. I've got mine in the second widest pulley position. Then you can bring it in one if you have a little bit more narrow shoulders, or if you get a shoulder pain as if you're doing a wide chest press. I'm going to be using some short handles for this routine. I'd really recommend using short handles anytime you're doing chest work. It gets a little bit more of a stretch, gets a little more resistance out of the machine. So we will be using the longer Bowflex handles for some of the lifts here. Actually, just the last one here, we're going to do a tricep crossover extension, and this extra cable length can be really nice for that. We've got a total of 6 different exercises in today's routine, and they're all listed on this PDF that's free and linked in the description. There's a space where you can write down your weight setting and the number of reps you did, and then you're going to come back to this routine in the future, and then you're going to know what you did before, and you can work on raising up those numbers, and that's how you're going to get stronger. So again, that's a free, linked in the description, but if you want to buy the whole program, there's a link to that as well, or you can join as a channel member. And if you're looking for a little bit more structure, or maybe you find that you fall off of your fitness goals a lot, that program is really going to help you out. So be sure to check that out, or at a minimum, print out this sheet. It's really going to help you out in following along. So the rest of this routine, you know how it goes. We're just going to have a little 4-minute warm up and stretch, then we're going to rack up our resistance, and then we're going to get into today's routine. So I'll see you right back. Also, one last thing, if you have a chair handy, I'd go ahead and grab it. We're going to be doing isolation curls. I'm going to do it from a seated position. I like that a little better. If you don't have a chair, you can still follow along just from a standing position. Now let's get into the warm up. All right, let's get this going with some jogging in place here. Alternatively, you could do some body weight squats, or you do some jumping jacks, high knees, whatever you want to do to get the body warm. We'll do a little stretch, and then we're going to get into the routine. So while we're doing this little warm up, let's talk about today's lifts. So first up, we're going to be doing a crossover chest press. So if you haven't done this lift before, it's the first time I'm doing it on the channel. It's a lot like a chest press, except we cross our arms in front of us. From there, we're going to an incline press. Going to hit a little bit more of the upper chest, maybe a little bit of shoulders in there too. And then a decline press after that. So a lot of chest work to start out this routine. And then we're moving into our arms a bit more with an isolation bicep curl. And I'm going to show this from both a seated position and from a standing position. And then we have a leaning cable crossover. This will hit our chest again a little bit, our shoulders a little, and also our biceps. And then finally, we're going to have a cross tricep extension. I don't know why I said tricep so weird. Okay, we got 15 more seconds of this little warm up here, and we're going to get our stretch going. Okay, so first up, we're going to be doing some full head rotations. So we're going to make a full circle with our head here, and we're just going to slowly repeat that here for 10 seconds in each direction. Now let's change direction, go the other way. And then we're going to move into a torso twist. I like put my hands together in front of me and then just spin it side to side. I always like kind of loosen up our spine, our torso here before we get into the workout. Okay, from here we're going to do bent arm circles. So arms make a W here, and we're going to go in one direction, just rotating for about 10 seconds here. And now let's change directions, going the other way, loosen up our chest, our back, and our shoulders, all in this motion here. Okay, from here, let's go into some arm swings and then an arm pull. You can either pull across your body or above your head, loosen up your tricep here. And let's go back to swinging. Pull. And swing again. We're going to get one more stretch on each side here. And last pull. And from here, we're going to move into a YTW. So with the Ys, let's get into that now. Reach up as high as you can, and then bring them together. out wide in a T, stretch it all the way out together, and then hold a nice W, get a good squeeze in your back and together. So we're just gonna repeat these here until the clock hits 20 seconds. And then you can finish up this warm up with whatever you need today. Reach it up nice and high together, T out wide, together, and a W. Okay, 20 seconds left. I might do some finger pulls, loosen up my forearms, my fingers, and my grip here. Switching sides. And we're gonna be racking up this machine here in just a moment. Okay, so again, I've got my pulleys in the second widest position. You can bring them in one. And for my weight setting, I'm gonna start out with kind of like an 80 or 90% resistance. I'm gonna bump it up a little bit after this first set. So I'm gonna be racking up 190 pounds on each side. That's a combination of the power rods and some elastic bands. You know, feel this out for yourself. Again, we wanna start out just a little bit lower, kind of a continuation of our warm up here in this first set, and kind of feel it out. So for our crossover chest press, I've got my seat up in the highest position. You can also drop it one position if you'd like, if this feels just a little bit too high up for you. So I'm gonna be grabbing the handles just like I would for chest press. I like having the handles underneath my hands here. And for a chest press, normally you just press this weight out in front of you. Now what's gonna be different here is we're gonna cross this weight over. And so this arm here is gonna be, so my right arm kind of ends up almost out by my left knee. And then, you know, just the opposite with the other arm. So as you do this, you're gonna have one arm on top of the other. I want you to alternate. So you're gonna be exhaling as you press out. And let's get started here. So exhale, pressing out and crossing over. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Hopefully you were able to knock out all 10 there. And if so, if you felt like you had some reps left in the tank, I want you bumping up that resistance setting. That's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna add a 30-pound power rod here. Now throughout this whole routine, I'm gonna be targeting 10 reps per set. You know, you can change those numbers. A lot of times I'll hear people, you know, saying, hey, I feel like I plateaued a bit. And a great way to break through a plateau is to change some of the variables, and that could be adding more resistance and doing a little fewer sets, fewer reps, or you can go the other way, maybe up the number of reps, try to keep the resistance setting the same. So again, keeping down all that data is really gonna help out with this. Okay, 10 seconds. Let's get in position here and ready to go. Again, crossover. Exhale as you drive that weight out. That's 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're alternating what hand goes on top. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we get that full minute of rest here. Recover, you can keep shaking it out between every set, you know, stay loose. Or you can just stay planted in the chair here. Recovery, you do whatever you need to do. And then when it's go time, give me your best effort. Okay, 10 seconds, hands on the handles. Let's start getting in position. Last set of this crossover press. Okay, let's go. Press it out. That's 1, 2. Strong exhale as you drive that weight away. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. Okay, let's write it down. And it is going to be up to you if you want to adjust the weight setting going into that next exercise. I'm kind of always on the fence on this one, if I should drop the weight or if I should keep it where it's at. I'm going to keep it where it's at today. If I were dropping it, I'd maybe drop the resistance by about 10 or 15%. So I'd probably drop off that 30-pound power rod. But I think I'm doing good here. So incline press seat is going to be in the highest position here. And it's going to be just like a chest press, except we're going to press out and up. In your finishing position, your hand should be about forehead height, all the way extended out. Okay. Here we go. Press it out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good work. Now, I forget if I mentioned this earlier. When doing chest press, you can have it in the widest or second widest position or in one. I found a couple users have had problems where they feel like they're gripping things out too far. Maybe that might cause a little bit of pain in your shoulders. And if you find you're in that position, bring it in one clip to the second narrowest position. Another thing too is the wider you have it, you're gonna get a little bit more resistance out of your machine. So if you do decide, hey, I'm gonna bring it in a little bit, don't be surprised if it feels like you just dropped the weight by 20 pounds or something. Okay. Let's get ready to go here. Hands are underneath the handles on this lift. Let's get ready to press it out and up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, here we go. One more set of incline press, and then we're gonna bring the seat down after this as we go into decline. Okay, 10 seconds in position here. Again, hands underneath the handles. Final set of incline press. Let's go here in 2, 1, and press and slowly retract. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, drop in the seat one position here, going into decline press. As we continue this just assault on our chest here and our triceps in this, you know. We got 3 more sets of this before we start moving into other things. I'm gonna keep my weight setting the same. In my personal experience, I find I can always do what I did on decline, or on decline I can do what I could do on incline. Incline's kind of the harder one for me, at least. That said, this is a lot of weight here, and if I might come up a little bit short, it's okay if you fail on a couple sets. Just give it all you got. Keep trying to get it up to 10 reps per set here. Either way, I'm going to be counting my way through all 10. Hands above the handles on this one, and we're going to be pressing down towards our legs. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, keep writing it down. I'm keeping the weight setting the same. We are going to be getting through this together here. I don't know if I'm getting 10 reps in, though. I'm going to keep trying. Okay, 10 seconds. Let's get in position again, hands above the handles, and we're gonna be pressing down towards those knees. Here we go, extend it out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, come on, 9, and 10. Let's go. One more set of decline press. And then we're gonna be grabbing the chair. Again, you can do these standing, but we're gonna be doing some isolation curls after this. And when we get into those curls, we're gonna be dropping the weight pretty significantly. But we got one more set of these to go. Now, since this is our final pressing motion, I'd really encourage you just to go to failure on this one. If you got 12 reps in, go to 12. 13, go to 13. Really push yourself on this one. Okay, in position. 3, 2, 1. That's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, I got all 10 in. I'm happy about that, but let's start adjusting that weight. So I'm going from 220 down to 80 pounds of power rod. So I'm dropping my weight by down by about 65% or so. And I don't expect to need the bands again for the rest of this routine. It'd be kind of wild if I needed them, because these next lifts are going to be a little bit tougher, a little bit smaller muscle groups here. So we got bicep curls coming up here, and I'm going to be doing them from a seated position. First off, let me show you how to do them standing if if you don't have a chair handy. So what you can do is you're going to reach across the machine here. I'm going to have one foot kind of at the base of the machine, and then I'm going to be curling this weight up, just like that. Now, since I have a chair here, what I like doing is I'm actually going to have the chair like this. So I'm going to be reaching over the back of the chair, seated here, and this is going to be a nice full extension, and I'm going to have engagement through this whole lift. And I'm going to just be curling it, starting in 2, 1, do a nice curl here, hold it for a sec, and then slowly lower it. That's 2, 3. I like holding this flex position here for about a second. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we're gonna have a short rest interval here. We're just switching sides. So I'm gonna just now spin my chair around just a little bit. Let's grab the handle. Now I have my chair a little bit at an angle here. It's not flush against the machine. It's more of just trying to get in line with my arm here. So then when I curl, it's all lined up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, a little bit longer rest interval here. This is our time to write it down. Now the reason I like doing this in a chair, I think, is the angle ends up being a bit better, and then also it removes any ability to swing or put your hips into any of this or any momentum. Okay, let's get back into position here. Ready to go, and let's curl. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, short rest. Just get in position for the next one. All right, curl it up. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, one more set on each side. Now during this rest interval here, one thing I recommend doing is if you feel like you have to move the seat around a lot or you're having a hard time getting in the right position, take a couple notes here about the angles that work for you. There's a little space, you know, maybe put it in the margin or something. That way, you know, next time you won't be trying to figure it out as you get ready for your first set. Okay, let's get going. 3, 2, 1, curl it up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I'm going for 12 here, 11, and 12. Okay, last set of iso curls. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we're going for 12, this is 10, 11, and 12. Okay, done with this chair and we're going into leaning cable crossovers. I like keeping roughly the same amount of weight. I'm gonna actually bump it up by 10 pounds here. I'm going up to 90 pounds, I guess. And what we're going to be doing for this lift here is we are going to be standing facing away from the machine, and then I kind of like straddling the seat with my legs here just for a little bit of leverage, because I'm going to then grab these handles and I'm going to be leaning forward. And then from here I'm going to pull these handles out in front of me, and so they end up kind of right in front of my face here. I'm bringing them together a little bit as well, and then I'm going to slowly retract, get a nice stretch here, and just keep repeating. So again, I'm gonna have my butt up against the backrest, feet straddling the seat, raising these hands in front of me, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, I went a little fast there. I'm going to try to slow it down on the next set. All right, let's start getting in position here. "15 seconds. All right, straddling the seat, butt up against the backrest, leaning forward. And bring these hands in front of our face. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're slowing it down here. 8, 9, and 10. Now, slowing it down is another way that you can, really do these routines and just modify those variables. Maybe you, instead of trying to do 10 reps per set, maybe you slow it down so you do 5 reps per set and you're going, half speed on everything and really trying to control the weight all the way through. That'd be called a tempo or a slow tempo. Crazy thing is you think slow tempo, that would be easy. It can be a lot harder. Slow tempo cardio is easy. Slow tempo weightlifting is not. Okay, 15 seconds to go. So after this set, we are going to be switching over to our tricep extensions. And for that, you're going to want the normal Bowflex handles. So we got some work to do right after the set, but let's get this one in nice and clean here. Here we go, lean it forward, out in front, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so from here, I'm going to be hooking up the normal Bowflex handles. And if you haven't, if you had the pulleys in a little bit more narrow position, you're going to want to bring it out to the second widest position to finish this thing up. And I'm going to be keeping my weight setting the same. Again, I've got the seat down 1 rung from the highest position. And for this one, I'm going to be reaching across my body. So my arm is crossing over here. And then my elbow is just going to be pointing straight out here. And then what I want to do is just extend this arm out here where my elbow was pointing. So I got the handle kind of, hopefully you can see that. I don't know how to describe that. Okay, 3, 2, 1, we're going to extend it out and slowly retract, control the weight. 2, 3. Now the cable should end up just above your shoulder once you're extended. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so if the cable is rubbing up against your shoulder here, you can either drop the seat 1 run lower, or you can try to go a little bit more vertical with this lift. Short rest interval here, we're just switching sides. Let's get on the handle, elbow out and extend it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm doing a couple more. I feel like I skipped a number. 11 and 12. Okay, a little longer rest interval here. Keep writing down those numbers. I'm going to bump up my weight setting here. And I'm also going to give a big shout out and thank you to Patreon and Ko-Fi members that support this channel. I've got the elite members listed up on the screen here. Very much appreciate all their support. They've given this channel, really helped make it sustainable for me to put this stuff out here. And if you enjoy these routines, maybe if you want all the programs, joining is going to get you access to all of them, and also supports us directly here. So thank you very much to all of them. Let's get in position and start extending out here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going for 12, 11, and 12. Okay, let's go. Last set of this routine here. All right, finish strong here. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's extend. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going 12 here. 11 and 12. All right, awesome job on finishing this routine. You can go ahead and start removing your resistance and wrapping it up with a bungee cord, or if you're feeling like a little bit more of a challenge here, there's another routine up on the screen here. Be from this middle set of pulleys here, going to continue to hit those biceps and those triceps. So check that out if you're feeling like you got a little more oomph in you today. But as always, I want to say thank you for joining me, and be proud of yourself for finishing. I want you to be good to yourself and be good to others.